What's good, everybody watching, viewers, Bay Area Compass, Don Julio. I'm with my boy Louie Loco today, man.
Louie Loco, yes, sir.
The one and only, the OG, the legend. And Louie, let's just get into it, man. I just want to let you know that I listened to your project right here, Louie Loco Life, Louie.
Louie Loco, actually.
Louie Loco. Sorry, man.
Nah, a lot of people get it. A lot of people do that, believe it or not. Yeah, but go ahead.
Louie Loco.
You was listening to it?
Yeah, man. And, like, obviously, you had some hits on there.
Yes, sir.
I mean?
Thank you.
But the whole project itself was a solid piece.
Appreciate that.
I mean?
Yeah, that's the first one. Yeah, we did.
That's the first one ever?
No, well, first solo album ever. Yeah, absolutely. I've been in just to break it down a little bit. I am the OG, one of the OGs. I've been in this game for a long time, but half of it was really out of the game. Like, I was back 10, 15 years ago. I was going hard with everybody's favorite rappers and shit, and walked away from rapping about a decade ago. Stopped rapping completely. Wasn't doing verses. Wasn't doing nothing. And a year and a half ago, I stepped back into the game and I kind of started turning up. So that's my first. I've been involved in compilations. 17 Reasons was an album that I had a lot to do with, and Power Moves, another compilation that I had put out with Showman Records. Salute to Showman and all them too. And but that's pretty much, I've only done compilations. My first solo album was a year and a half ago with that one, the album that you had just listened to. Yeah.
Did you always feel like you had like a knack for the sound? Because lyrically, you're fire. I'm just gonna. I don't just dick ride all these artists anyway, man. Like I'm just straight up. I'm honest about how I feel about the music.
Yeah.
And I just felt like you actually have like some talent.
Right on. Thank you, man.
What was like the first moment you felt like, okay, I could be Louie Loco. Like I can actually like take this as a career.
It was a night that the night that I met Cougnut for the first time. I was had to be like 13, 14 years old, and he came to where apartment complex where my mom was living at. He was getting tattooed from an OG from San Jose who did tattoos back in the days, and he was over there getting tattooed, and the OG had told me, he knew I was a little thug, a little youngster thug, and then I was hella into rap, and he was like, yeah, a rapper from the city I'm gonna be tattooing tonight. I'm like, who? He's like, Cougnut. I was like, no fucking way. He was like, yeah. I was juiced as fuck, told everybody, in the neighborhood, was telling everybody, Cougnut finna be there, blah, blah, blah. Make a long story short, I ended up meeting him, rapping for him, you know what I'm saying? And he took a liking to me, kind of, he's the one who gave me my name, Louie Loco, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How'd the name arise?
Cougnut, I was just a little wild ass, light skinned Latin dude that had bars, was on my banging shit back then or whatever, but he came up with it one day. He was like, man, you Louie Loco. Louie Loco.
Okay. He just took it.
Yeah. Because believe me, when I came back in the game this last time, I'm already in my 30s, but I'm a grown man. To come out with a name like Louie Loco now, I wouldn't necessarily do that, you feel me? But I'm sticking with the name because a legend, Cougnut, God bless the dead, gave me that name, so I'm going to stick with it.
Do you feel like starting, not necessarily starting, but you are kind of like, this is kind of like the beginning of your peak.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like you say you're like in your 30s, right? Do you feel like you being this age, you're kind of like held back to an extent because music comes and goes like that?
Oh yeah, my brother. When I came back in this game, I didn't really take. I didn't know it was gonna take off like it is. I'll be honest with you. I thought because of my, look, Bay Area is the hardest place to blow up anyway.
Hell yeah, bro.
Being a Latin artist makes it even harder, harder. It's easier being a white boy rapper than it is a Latin rapper. It really is.
You ain't lying, bro.
And then third and final, being it's a young. They say it's a young man's game. I'm changing that, but they say it's a young man's game. With all that against me, I didn't think I was really gonna take off like how we doing. You know what I'm saying? But come to find out, there's still a lot of people out there that appreciate real music, you know what I'm saying, from a real one. I get it a lot where people tell me, hey, man, I could just tell that you real, like, that you're not bullshitting on what you spit, you know what I'm saying? And I take pride in that. It's absolutely true, you know what I mean? Not to glorify any kind of the bullshit, because a lot of it got us behind anyway. But yeah, as far as that street shit goes and all of that to go with it, we really lived it. You know what I'm saying? We really, I still am. This whole time that, all my peers that were rapping were still rapping and doing albums, I was right back in the streets, knee deep in the shit, you feel me? And
damn.
Yeah, real shit.
Can you speak a little bit on that street life, just like growing up in that environment?
I'll tell you like this, it's overrated, it's fucking glorified when it shouldn't be, and it's a bunch of bullshit, to keep it real. It's full of snakes that are, they call you your friends, they try to, it's full of people that are telling on each other. It's just full of foul shit, you know what I'm saying? The street life, if I could tell any youth, any youngster, stay out that bitch, you know what I'm saying? Everything is backwards. They got people that, I've done my time before as well as, but for some reason in our culture, they glorify it. Like if somebody says, oh, homie did 10 years, like the youngsters are supposed to just respect him. Oh man, I can't. man, you supposed to give dude a hug and say, I'm sorry to hear about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The dude that goes to jail, fuck that. There ain't nothing to glorify. All that shit is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of your family, paying your bills, going after your dreams, chasing them, achieving them, treating people the way you want to be treated, that's gangster shit. That's what it's really all about. So as far as the street life goes, I get that question a lot from the youngsters, and I tell them that it's all made up, it's overrated, and people be bullshitting left and right. You feel me?
That kind of brings me back to like Nipsey Hussle, that whole situation, because
oh man, that brother was so, come on, dude, he was on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Like, like he took the street shit and you know, switched it up into something positive, taking care of his community, doing so much. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. Dude.
Yeah. But relating to that, it's just like how someone, you know, who kind of was just raised in that environment where it's like a dog-eat-dog world.
Oh, absolutely.
But then, as soon as he tried to get out, he tried to better himself.
Come on, man. Not only that, as soon as you get out trying to better yourself and you're bettering everybody around you, too, that's when they take you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's nuts.
Yeah. It's like almost like the better you're doing, the more people want to see you taken down, like the crabs in the barrel kind of scenario and everything,
like
man.
Ridiculously. Another thing that I was tripping off of is like, you know, bless. You know, I'm so happy for the family of Nipsey and all that, all the love that he's getting. You know what I'm saying? But why couldn't they do this when his brother was alive?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, I don't understand that shit. That sometimes I be telling people the same thing finna happen with me. They ain't really gonna appreciate what I contributed to this music shit until after I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, that sucks. Because you want to be able to enjoy that. You know what I mean?
I mean, nobody wants to. I mean, as cool as it is to be a legend, nobody wants to die young.
Hell no.
No one should die like
Real
that
talk,
young. Exactly.
real talk.
I want to talk a little bit about "Worry." That was my favorite song of the track because it felt like it was.
Right on.
It was deep, like it was real. Can you tell me a little bit about your inspiration behind that track and like what brought the music video, the cameraman, like just the whole process?
Oh yeah, well pretty much, you know, I had brought the album to Gold Toes. Shout out Gold Toes. Brought the album to him, and you know we were thinking of which songs to do as singles or do as videos. You know what I mean? And he picked that one. I'm gonna keep it real. Gold Toes picked that one, and I was kind of like, nah, I wanted to go a little bit, you know, harder with it. You know,
which one would you have picked?
On the album, shit, I can't remember.
Was it the
now
Thought
which
one, or was it called?
Not Lil Thotty.
Okay.
I can't remember now which one it was. It was I'll think of it and I'll let you know. But you know, and Gold Toes was like, nah, this is the one. This is the one. It's dope. It's got meaning. And you know, I was like, nah, you right. That's what's up. So he got a hold of. Well, anyway, first how the inspiration to Worried was nothing but just, you know, digging into my heart and pulling out exactly how I feel, you know what I mean? And it's a trip because I get a lot of people be like, yo, I listened to that Worried song, man, and you know, it touched me, dude, like that shit's motivating, whatever, you know what I mean? And it's dope that was the case because it was really straight from the heart. It was exactly how I was feeling, you know what I'm saying? And wrote it in like 10 minutes. The beats from Amp Beats, salute Amp Beats out there, you know what I mean?
Your beats are fire, by the way. Like, I don't know if you work with one producer, multiple.
Nah, I work with a bunch of producers, you know what I'm saying? I from YouTube, online, people that I meet, I'm constantly shopping for beats, you know what I'm saying? And I'll spend some money on my beats. That's another thing, you know what I mean? I spend a little bit more dough than probably the average person does on the beats. Most of the money that from my budget goes into production, you know what I mean?
Do you feel like personally, do you put more effort into the quality of your music than the quantity? Because some people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I could be knocking out, you know what I mean? I could do an album a week if I really, you know, apply myself. But what kind of work would I be giving them? It wouldn't be like 100. You know what I mean? It'd be, you know, I'm definitely quality over quantity. Absolutely, yeah. I'd rather have. That's why I feel privileged because really my resume from 17 Reasons to Power Move, both were high selling compilations, and both were really known. You know, especially 17 Reasons, really known. You know, like blew up out here. You know, classic albums, and you know. So I take pride in my resume being 17 Reasons, Power Moves, then Life with Louie 1, Life with Louie 2, you know, which, God willing, people are calling all classics, you know what I'm saying, which is dope. So it's definitely quality over quantity.
I feel like all you need at this point right now is just a little bit more exposure.
That's it.
You know what I mean? It's kind of tough now.
It's tough. But, you know, I also get motivated by shit like shout out Lavish D, CML, man, doing his thing. He just signed, he just inked the deal with Cash Money, you know what I'm saying? Man, I seen that, I got motivated because bro's a hard worker, you know what I mean? We're kind of paralleling a lot of things that we doing, you know what I mean? I salute bro and he doing it. So it's a little bit tougher for being a Latino artist, but you know, I'm knocking them over the head constantly. I think pretty soon they gonna get what it is, and we gonna start start tearing it off. You feel me, people? That's really what it is. I just need people to hear me.
Are you signed? Or
I'm not. I'm not.
Do you want to be signed, or you think being independent is the better way to go?
I'd rather go independent. You know what I mean? But if somebody came with the right check, you know what I mean, that just made a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Then of course, you know what I mean. I'd do it, but. You know, I got no problem doing it independent. You know, I got no problem if it takes a little bit longer, as long as it's all mine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shit.
So you got an album dropping tomorrow?
Yeah, really? Yeah. It was supposed to actually come out today. Unfortunately, I guess there was some situations that happened, whatever. But it's cool. We looking at tomorrow, God willing, and yeah, it's a dope album. Life with Louie 2 is the volume 2 on that. Like the level between those two albums, the volume 1 and the volume 2 is crazy difference. Like, man, I really, you know, I set the bar high on this one. I can't wait till the people get to hear it. Very proud of this new project.
What would you say is the biggest distinction from your new album now to your album that's out right now?
Growth in my
sound.
Yeah, in my sound, in the way that I'm, my delivery a little bit, the way that I'm, you know, the topics that I'm talking about, the way, because it's been a little bit different. You know what I mean? When I came back in the game, like. Back in the days, you know, people be like, Louie Loco's been around for a long time. And I have. Back in the days, you know, for the time that I was rapping, you know, I was around the legends, Mac Dre, the Jack, you know, when we were all coming up. So I was able to soak up that game. But, you know, as far as shows, as far as really like song after song where it's just me on the album, no features, you know what I'm saying? All of that is new to me. I never really did that, you know. Having to come up with song concepts, you know, all on my own, all of that. It was really, really new to me, you know what I mean? So when I first jumped in the game on that first Life of Louie, it was a lot of testing things.
Yeah, experimenting.
Yeah, whereas with this Life of Louie 2, I kind of already got my niche. I know what I can do. I know what I should be talking about, and I just nailed it with, you know, I went harder with it. Yeah, most definitely.
Is there more, like, stories, more realness in
this
album?
Yeah. It's a lot more, it's realer, you know, it's not so much... It's got its bangers, like, you know, where you know, where it's about bars, how raw you are, all of that, you know what I mean? But it's a lot more filled with like worry type situations, heartfelt songs, you know what I'm saying? Or you know, just just real, like, you know, what I like to call reality rap. You know what I mean? Not necessarily
that fantasy stuff where people want to live through vicariously through the gangster raps and everything, you know?
and not just the bling bling, nice cars, women, everything's all Gucci part of it, but more, you know, more so the
struggle.
Stressed out, worried if you gotta, you know, if you're gonna get locked up, you know, being at a funeral, burying your boy, you know what I mean? You know, hugging your mama through, you know, giving your mama a kiss through the glass of, you know, when you locked up, situations like that. You know, I dipped in a lot more into stuff like that on this album.
Do you feel like you doing this music allows you to kind of like open up more? Because I feel like us as men, or just even like when you have to hold this image, like,
it's the only way that I can.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's the only way that I can. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. It's how I express myself. You know what I mean? There's a couple of the songs on this new album. When I was recording it, I was crying when I was spitting them bars. You know what I mean? It was straight from the heart. You feel me? So yeah, it's but it's a beautiful thing that I'm even given that you know that platform to be able to do that, because I know that I'm gonna touch a few of these youngsters in the right kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not so much talking about that, the rest of it is talking about this fucked up game that we're in as far as hip hop too. You know what I'm saying? I love the youngsters if the music is dope. You know what I'm saying? Or even the OGs if the music is dope. But there's a lot of cats, young and old, that are disrespecting the culture like fuck with garbage ass music, you know. And I'm not the kind of cat that could just stand by on that shit. Like I was telling my people on IG, you know, the only father that ever raised me was hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Rap music. That's what raised me. Tupac and Biggie and all of them back in the days. So to see the way that some of these cats now are disrespecting the, you know, acting, I don't know, like, you know, just disrespecting the culture in general.
Can you give like some examples with like social media, like
social media, or like, you know, certain artists saying, you know, Tupac ain't, you know, he was weak, or you know, this guy's better than him, when really the dude ain't talking about shit, you know what I'm saying? Or saying, you know, I don't write, or I freestyle, I don't give a fuck about, you know, in other words, like, you know, I don't care if my lyrics come out, you know, I could say anything and it'll still sell anyway because of my name, that type of shit, like, you know, garbage, bro.
Kind of like selling themselves out.
Yeah, I call it fuckboy music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's that fuckboy music, and I'm allergic to it.
Yeah, fuckboy music, and the other one was reality rap. Man, you can make some genres, man.
Yeah, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
That shit's clean, man.
Louie Loco's got that heat right on, man. When did you first meet Cougnut? I first met Cougnut when I was 14 years old. You feel me? He, like I was saying, he came over to get tattooed by my neighbor, my mom's house when I was a little kid. And the tattoo artist, OG Smooth, tattoo artist was like, yeah, there's a don't you like rap music? There's a rapper coming over here from Stanford, from the city that you might know. He told me his name Cougnut, and I lost my mind. You know what I mean? At that age, when I was 14, you telling me that Cougnut was coming over the house is like telling a youngster now that Little Uzi Vert is coming, or or you know what I'm saying, or like
now I get it.
One of those big art. You know what I'm saying? It was just huge to me. You feel me? And not only that, he kind of took a liking to me and was like, man, call me. I'll get you in the studio. And, you know, I spent, you know, everybody from the city pretty much knows that I spent, you know, I was with him every day for years, you know what I'm saying? And he pretty much gave me my whole little, like my,
vibe, like
not swag,
persona,
but like the guts.
The guts
to be able to be a little Latin rapper, to be in the projects with all brothers and get on there and start tearing shit up.
Like, you can do this, bro.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah. So I'm curious. I've been going through like some of your content, some of the music videos, the songs and everything. I see stars. I see comments and shit.
Yeah.
What was the one that you saw when you were first coming up that blew up? They were like, people were like, oh shit, this guy's like, who is this guy? Like, who is
what was it, music wise? Like what song?
Yeah, like do you have a music video that dropped that blew up? Did you have a song that dropped that blew up? Like,
you know what? I really
can't recall.
No. Back then there wasn't all those platforms that they have now. You know what I mean? I think more than anything else, what really got me on at the beginning, that had people like Gold Toes wanting to pick me up, that had, you know, people like Cougnut rocking with me, you know, and different shit, was my freestyle skills. You feel me? Like, at the drop of a dime, I spit about whatever, wherever with the beat, you know what I mean? And my DJ, God bless the dead, DJ JB, I love you, rest in peace. He was my brother, passed away. He was already lit doing parties because he was a DJ. Yeah. So he would, even when I didn't want to, he'd be like, "Where Louie at? Give him the mic," and I'd be trying to hide and shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, just after trial and error and just constantly practicing and keep it real. Now I don't think anybody can see me on a freestyle. For real shit. Off the top of the head, I'm shitting on cats. On God, no bullshit.
I don't feel like people battle rap that much anymore.
I used to battle rap a lot, and I can honestly say that I am undefeated. You feel me? But maybe that's why I don't no more. You know, I don't want to lose. I might meet somebody that. No, I'm just playing. Really, I would if the situation was right. You know what I mean? Depending on who it was. You know what I mean? And where we were at. I still battle, but I kind of fell back on that because I fell back on music in general. You know what I mean? And when I got back in, my two main things was I'm trying to go as hard as I can with no features. See, because my whole career, people always said, "Oh, you did 17 Reasons and Power Moves. The only reason why them albums did good is because of all the names that were on them. You know, it wasn't you, it was all the names." So when I came back in the game, I was like, all right, there ain't finna be no excuses. I ain't got no features. The only features on this album is my bro, Tension Santana, Salute, and my other broski, Salante. There's he's a Latin dude from the city too, gassing in Spanish on that motherfucker. But besides them two, I got no features on that. All me.
How many tracks?
15.
15. So just one less than the other.
Yeah, one less than the other, and you know, it has the higher ups, my higher ups telling me that, you know, you're putting too many songs. Yeah, you're giving them too many songs.
I feel like the fans like that.
Yeah,
but I mean,
they're like, you don't even have to do that. Everybody's doing half of that. That's exactly why I'm not. You know, because everybody's doing half of that. I'm gonna keep it, give them full tracks. You know, full album. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I got a lot to say. Hey, why did you fall back from music? Why didn't the original Life of Louie drop? Man, that's a good question. Okay, I'll break it down for you. It was a combination of a lot of things, y'all. But, you know, back then, my brother, my DJ, the closest person in my world, JB, we were both in a car accident, you know what I'm saying? And he passed away. I didn't. I lived. Somebody else that was driving lived. And, you know, there was a lot of bullshit that came with that, you know what I mean? And to make a long story short, you know, JB, it was me and him in music from the beginning. You know, he was my DJ, was me and me, so it just didn't even feel right to continue music without him, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, it was a combination of that, you know, a combination to keep it all the way 100. You know, I was in a bad accident, so I broke some bones and you know, they were prescribing me, you know, prescription pills and whatnot. So at the same time that I had lost my brother, you know, I'm getting prescribed these prescription pills, which I didn't know at the time, you know, how dangerous they are. You know, now, man, fuck prescription pills. If any of y'all know anybody that's fuck with them, tell them they got to stop. That shit is poison, nothing but heroin, you know what I'm saying? But that too, you know, I got an addiction to pills, whatever, you know, and I just, after losing my brother, I just didn't give him bad money situations from the music that I had already did, you know what I mean? For not saying no names or whatever, but, you know, the shit wasn't adding up. I wasn't getting the money that I felt I deserved, and so the combination of all of that, you feel me? The combination of all that had me just say, fuck that, I'm finna go back in the streets, you know what I mean? Fuck this music, it ain't paying me shit. I've been rapping nonstop, you know what I mean? And we ain't elevating nowhere, ain't nobody, you know what I mean? Fuck this, I'm just finna go back to the streets, and that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? And you know, which is the stupidest thing anybody could do, because the streets ain't no joke. If you really in them, you know shit could happen, man. It ain't safe. You know what I mean? But thanks to God and my brother JB and my mama, you know, my angels up there, they decided that I had another story. They kept me alive. And about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, I woke up from a nightmare that I used to have always the same nightmare of the car accident, whatever. Woke up from the nightmare and just was like, I'm finna start over. Finna start over. I left where I was living. I left where I was at. That whole situation, 3 o'clock in the morning, I jumped in my car with basketball shorts on, drove to my cousin's house and started life over. You know what I'm saying? And was like, I'm just gonna get a regular job.
Wow.
So real shit, just gonna get a regular job. So I went to go get a job, was busting my ass. But when you're in your 30s and all of a sudden you say, you know what, I feel like working now. You know, let me get a job. They're not gonna give you $100,000 job. You know what I'm saying? They gave me a broom and I was speaking Spanish the whole day with my Paisa brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like hard work. And I was like, how long do I really got this? You know what I mean? Let me go after my passion again. And because of all the fuck shit in the music now, that part of it, and because just for sheer, you know, survival and trying to do better than them dead end ass jobs that they were offering me, I jumped back in music. You know what I'm saying? And was blessed. Like, cats is really fucking with it. It's taking off, man.
Truly,
real shit.
Man. That's like a true story, man. Do you feel like do a lot of people not know about that story, or?
I think my core people know about it, but
general audience.
General they don't, but they will. You know, a lot of it's talked about it in Life with Louie too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And in future things that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? They will know about it. You know what I mean? Because I can. If I could reach just even one youngster to not go down the path that I went, you know what I'm saying, and have to go through the pain that I went through, man, I'm winning. You know, if I do that, I'm winning. I'm at that age now, you know, I'm getting older, brother. Yeah, money is dope. I would love to have all the money in the world, but it's not the most important thing to me. It's not. The most important thing to me is trying to help these younger people, our family, our kids, our raza, you know what I mean, the black and brown, help them, you know what I'm saying, get a better life, you know, help them find something better than what we got, than this street shit, than all this bullshit that's happening. You know what I mean? If I can steer even one person from doing that, then I'm winning. You know what I mean? That's something that I could. We can't take any of this shit with us, but what we can take is the memories and you know, the goodwill that we left behind for people. You feel me? That's important to me. So money ain't the most important thing. Respect is. Straight the fuck up. Salute to BayAreaCompass like a motherfucker. Y'all rock with me forever. When I got back in the game a year and a half ago, y'all was fucking with me from the jump, from the gate. Brodies was, you know, reposting shit for me and letting people know, and I love y'all the long way. I fuck with BayAreaCompass, and I'm here to stay, man. You feel me? I ain't going nowhere. I'm finna open doors for a lot of these young Latin cats. I'm finna make them recognize that there's some Latin dudes out here in San Francisco that got dumb gas. We will be respected. My name is Louie Loco. I'm supposed to be dead, so I'm not, and this is how it's gonna happen. Double.
Hell yeah. All right, Louie. Louie Loco, appreciate you, my man.
It's all good, man. Salute, BayAreaCompass. I fuck with y'all the long way. Louie Loco.
So now it's about supporting what's going on right now. And if your nigga got an album out, nigga, everybody get behind that. Let's push that. Yo, nigga, if this what we pushing, nigga, push that. If your nigga doing something, post a flyer on your page. Post it. Help you. That's what it's about.
These niggas.